The foundations for understanding how media compromises the consciousness were laid in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. In his seminal work, The Crowd, A Study of the Popular Mind, Gustave Le Bon observed that an individual, upon becoming part of an audience, the precursor of today's digital crowd, forfeits the capacity for critical analysis and becomes hypersuggestible. Le Bon emphasized that the masses do not process information through logical categories, but through vivid images implanted via repetition and assertion. A crowd thinks in images, and the image itself immediately calls up a series of other images having no logical connection with the first. Reason and arguments are incapable of combating certain words and formulas. In the second part of his work, he concluded that for an idea to penetrate the collective mind, it must be presented without evidence. The more concise and categorical the assertion, the greater the efficacy. He further stressed that repetition is the force that anchors an assertion in subconscious until it transforms into truth. Affirmation, however, has no real influence until it be constantly repeated, and so far as possible in the same terms. Repeated statement is embedded in the long run in those profound regions of our unconscious selves in which the motives of our actions are forged. The bitter irony is that these fundamental discoveries did not serve as a cornerstone for ethical media standards, nor did they galvanize society towards media literacy and critical discernment. On the contrary, The Crowd, a study of the popular mind, became a field manual for the most heinous dictators of the 20th century. Textual analysis reveals that Hitler transported Le Bon's concepts almost verbatim into Mein Kampf, internalizing the core tenet: the intellect of the masses is limited, and therefore one must strike exclusively at the emotions using primitive slogans. Joseph Goebbels pushed the method of affirmation and repetition to its absolute limit, refining a formula for total propaganda where a monstrous lie repeated 1,000 times becomes an indisputable truth for the masses. Even Mussolini openly admitted to the journalists that he had reread Le Bon's work countless times, describing it as a brilliant achievement.